So this is for you. I'm gonna go on YouTube real fast, and once the link pops up right here, I just gotta copy the code and update it.
Okay.
There it is. I wonder why it's showing me this. Streamed 1 second ago. Oh, there it is.
So can you erase it?
Copy embed code. So right now it's gonna see us. I just gotta quickly plug this in. Okay. Quickly plug this in right here. All right, check it. What's there? All right, now refresh it. Refresh it. All right, check it. What's there? All right, it just gave me the check mark. All right, now refresh it. Refresh it.
So are we streaming live now or?
Yeah. All right, just give me the check mark. All right, and I'll bring like the whole thing. Sorry.
So are we streaming live now or?
Yeah. All right, and I'll bring like the whole thing. Sorry. Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's fine.
That way I'll see you in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I said you want to have a Google in the back, but do you want this is good for you?
Yeah, this is good. So,
I'll check it out. You'll see how it looks.
but is it streaming now or?
Yeah, streaming.
It says stop streaming right here.
I don't know. You can
So where do I go right here?
you can hit this out. You can talk if you want to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Start it off. I said you want to have a Google in the back. Oh?
Is it recording? Yeah, this is good. It says stop streaming right here.
Oh, the voice is really stop it and restart it?
Yeah. All right, great. All right, thank you everyone for showing up. I apologize that we're running real late. All right, thank you. There was some unforeseen problems that happened with our volunteers trying to come over here. Just to let you know, Wisconsin is taking this stay-at-home order seriously because I got some reports saying that people coming from south, like the Kenosha Racine area, were getting pulled over massively by state troopers and Kenosha County Sheriff Department. They're really down there enforcing, the stay-at-home order and stuff, and plus the weather kind of complicated stuff. So I apologize. We're still trying to fix the bugs of this situation, but eventually our mentoring program via live stream is going to come down hardcore. Plus the weather. Everybody to our teachable moments here at RUF, and this designated time frame is going to be our village talks. And today I want to just go ahead and talk about our leadership during crisis, which we're going through right now. Let's just go into some talking points here, I guess. We're all in the same boat right now. Our leadership suffering, you're not by yourself suffering. It seems like the whole world is feeling the same pressure that we're feeling right now. But let's just talk about us first. All right, this is supposed to be an interactive video. Let's talk about us first. Let me set up my timer real quick. Like, how are we dealing with it? Not so much me, but you guys at home. How are you guys dealing with this? All right.
But let's just talk about
So,
all right, this is supposed to be an interactive.
I want to try to give the discussion, well, at least impromptu discussion, on talking about what everybody is thinking, what everybody's going through right now, and see if maybe we can come up with some kind of and be there for each other. So let me just start off by saying that this is a brand new thing. I mean, us doing virtual mentoring. We're trying to bring back this whole village concept here where we're not in it individually in drama, in trouble. We're in it collectively, together. And every great society has had some type of institution to bring and educating its youth. I mean, from the Aztecs to the Romans to the ancient Greeks, they always had some type of institution where from a young age, the children were taken away from their parents and mandatory going to school and learn the things they needed to learn for a career and go through their requirements on what it takes to be an adult in a certain kind of society. It's called the rites of passage. You know, rites of passage basically is a ceremony or a type of process to celebrate the individual, turning them into a youth, a child, and being recognized by the community as an adult and a productive member of their community and their society. So, what we're trying to do here at RUF, since we don't, besides our regular high schools, which are, in my opinion, are failing our kids right even before this crisis happened, it's not really, it used to be that place for where we turned our youth into productive adults, but it, unfortunately, with the times, it's turning more into a daycare center or a housing area in some extreme cases. I'm not saying that's all NPS, but from my experience, there's a lot of drama going on in those buildings. So RUF has taken charge and trying to form some type of institution that we can reach out to our community, to our youth, educate them, and formate them and process them to a point where they could be celebrated as productive adults into our society. And that's what these village talks are all about. We're coming to bring awareness and knowledge to our youth because they're very much in need of this. And we're gonna probably have to disregard of what's going on with our institutions and go back how we did back in the olden days. We're gonna have to come back to community. We're gonna have to come back to being there for each other versus us waiting from up high for them to, like, quote unquote, save us. But you know, during this time, everybody's getting tested. Everybody's getting tested. I'm getting tested. Your parents are getting tested. You're getting tested. There's a lot of uncertainty going on, and it's not like it's only happening here in Milwaukee. This is happening in other states. This is happening in other countries. The whole world is feeling this pressure. The whole world is getting tested right now. And unfortunately, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'll tell you a whole bunch of stuff, but I will never lie to you. Right now, we need our men to be men, and we're gonna need our women to be women. No doubt about it. I mean, there's no ifs or buts about it. There's people in power right now that are trying to stress the seriousness of what's going on out in them streets, how easy it is to pass on this virus. I mean, the last time I saw a couple minutes ago, Wisconsin has over almost close to 500 cases, and in Milwaukee County alone, it has like almost 300 plus cases, 366 or whatever the fact is. That means I was reading another article in the Daily Mail where one of the scientists was talking where one person can actually almost infect, in theory, almost 59,000 other people by infecting one, and they infect another person, and it just goes up and up, you know, depending on the context. So we have 300 cases here in Milwaukee County. God willing, they're isolated, but who's walking around Milwaukee County right now that doesn't know they're sick? And they're not practicing safe distancing, you know, depending on the context. And they're congregating in groups. So we need to take what's going on seriously. This is a time where we don't have a choice about acting childish or foolish and pretending it's not going on. It's going on right now. I'm not trying to put a scare on you. I'm just being man to man, man to woman, to everyone tuned in right now. We have to take this serious, because with all the reports saying that this is like the flu, this is not like the flu, unfortunately, when they are getting infected, these individuals, they're highlighting the worst case scenarios. A young person in their mid-30s had it for a week and passed. An older lady just happened to be in the same corridor that one person was sick, and they got infected and they passed. So our metal's is gonna be tested right now. Our metal's gonna be tested right now. So we have to stand firm and stay strong. And this is where it doesn't behoove anybody to handle this on their own. Okay? Only a weak person doesn't ask for help. All right? Only a closed mouth don't get fed. And I bring this up right now because this is where the community part comes in. We're all stressing about ourselves, but if we as a collective, we're there for each other, comfort each other, I'm sure that's going to benefit everybody that's involved with that situation. This is where the community part comes in. I come to you with what I think is inner strength on my part, and it wasn't something that was like a natural gift for me. I've been through some experiences in my life where, you know, I've been tested, I've been through some challenges, learned how to take a loss, learned from my mistakes and came up from it. So I kind of want to go on some kind of mentality that we need to have right now. And I just want to use some personal experience from my background. I'm a vet. I served 6 years in the Marine Corps, 4 years active duty, 2 years reserve. My main job in the Marine Corps was to teach Marines. I was a trainer. I taught Marines how to shoot. I taught them land navigation. I told them, prepped them getting ready before they went to airborne school. I was a trainer. And,
my main job in the Marine Corps was,
you know, Marine Corps training is hardcore. It's no matter how much you prep for it, you'll never be ready for it. 3 months of boot camp, then being able to come home, and then another month of combat training. I guess what they really instilled in us was that we had to do the most with little. Our resources were very depleted. We didn't get the kind of monies that the Navy got. We didn't get the kind of resources that the Army and the Air Force has. Our main mission is to be a 911 force for the President, to be anywhere in the world in 24 hours with the battalion-sized strength to last us for 30 days anywhere in the world. So since then, the Marines, they instill in you that we're going to have to live by the basics, because when our types go to war, they try to simulate as close to possible so that you can at least survive situation and be a good soldier, a good Marine, whatever the case is, stay mission oriented. So they put you through hardships. But some lessons that I learned while I was in the Marine Corps have benefited me up to this day and age, where I'm 48 years old. I went to the Marines back when I was in my 20s, but I'm still utilizing the lessons that I learned from them, which is one important lesson is adaptation. All right, so this is a situation right now where we have no precedents. We don't have no examples in the past that we can just say, hey, this is what they did, let's go ahead and do this now. There's no evidence right now of what's going on. So we are forced in our current situations to adapt to this situation, and what the goal is to adapt and overcome. Right now we're slowly getting to the adaptive phase, where everyone's locked up in their house right now, the limited freedom of movement, and like I just told you earlier, it just seems like the police are being a little bit more aggressive, the law enforcement is being a little bit more aggressive, and making sure that people stay where they need to stay. So the goal is to adapt to this situation in a strong, positive way and overcome it. All right, not just adapt into a new situation where I had it good before. Am I going to adapt into a bad situation? Am I going to adapt into a stronger situation? So right now we need to find methods and means to adapt to the situation that we're in. And we're real direct in the Marine Corps, and I think that's what we need to do now. My personal opinion, the way the president and his administration initially downplayed this pandemic as it's not going to be that serious, the flu is worse. In a couple of weeks we'd be good. Maybe we can open up by Easter. I want to see Easter opening. All that madness that's coming up from the top level. They're not being straight with us. Not with you, not with me. They're just trying to make it rosy, trying to make some people not panic in the financial sector so that the Dow Jones businesses don't tank, the president doesn't look bad. Well, what I'm saying is that at the situation we're in right now, it's not good to just beat around the bush. Let's be direct. I think youth between us appreciate people being direct with them right now in this kind of situation than me to like fake it or make you believe something else. And lessons that I think that I took with me being in the Marines is a concept that all of our operating procedures, whether it's advanced or taking over position or setting up a defense, nowhere in any Marine Corps manual will you ever have a phrase or anything that even simulates or even insinuates retreat. All right. Advanced or it's almost like they don't have retreat in their vocabulary. So let's just think about this for a sec. If there's a situation going on and you don't have a word to describe it, can you deal with it? Or do you just look at it as something that's not in your vision and just go forward? So basically what I'm trying to instill in everyone is that because we didn't have retreat in any of our operating procedures, if we were going through scenarios and instead of being overwhelmed and retreating, quote unquote retreating, there was always development in that we would regroup and then eventually go back and attack. But there was never no, hey, we're gone, there's too much, we out of here. It was never that. It was either, okay, if we're getting overwhelmed, let's regroup, come back around. And that's what it is. For right or wrong, that's what it is. And I'm not trying to hype up the Marine Corps or anything, but it does know what it's doing. After 240 odd years of existence, the Marine Corps has never lost one major battle in all of its history. And I don't think any other military organization can ever say that. And it's been like that. It's been tried and proven like that because of the philosophy. And one of the philosophies is adapt to overcome, be direct, and we don't have no retreat in our vocabulary. So why do I bring this up? I bring this up right now because in the situation that we're in, there's no option to retreat. All right, we have to face what we're facing. We can't just go in our room, put on our video games and say, hey, tomorrow's going to be okay. We don't know what tomorrow's going to happen. So let's get used to the mentality that we're not going to retreat from the situation. If we get overwhelmed, we're going to back up, regroup, but just know that the next step after that is how we're going to go forward. All right, we have to face what we're facing. We can't just go in our room, put on our video games and say, hey, tomorrow's going to be okay. We don't know what tomorrow's going to happen. And just one more thing about the Marine Corps, and then I'll go past it. But one of the lessons that were instilled in me that I take to this day is that when I was in the Marine Corps, there was a method in where you can meritoriously get promoted, meaning that if you did certain time in the Marine, eventually you would get promoted, or if you were very squared away, if you were very knowledgeable, if you stood out, if your shooting scores were good, if your physical fitness was on point, they would give some Marines opportunities to meritoriously get promoted. And what they did in my case is that they would have us a certain kind of competition, uniforms, wall locker inspections, and then one of them was to present ourselves in front of a board where they would ask us certain questions, and with professionalism and pomp and not losing their bearing, we would have to answer our questions. You know, whether it's a sergeant major asking you a question and you answer very military style, or whether it's a captain. And one of the questions I was asked on one of these boards that I took was, what is the definition of leadership? And with professionalism, Marine asking another Marine, what's the definition of leadership? We would have to answer our questions. You know, and this is the answer right here. The answer of leadership is that no matter what's going on, you are on that front line. You got your Marines, your soldiers, your left and your right. We pinned down. We're faced with whatever situation, whether we're overwhelmed, whether we're winning. Okay, we'll say we're getting overwhelmed. This is the answer. Rounds coming down range, people getting pinned down, people dropping left and right. What is a leader supposed to do when its natural instincts inside of you is screaming and yelling for you to get the F out, run, dig a hole all the way to the core of the earth, but just get away from this fire, get away from this danger, get away from everything. All right, and then stressful times and situations, and I'm sure some other people can relate. When you're in a stressful situation, one of the things you either want to do, I mean, I know I'm not saying anybody's a coward or anything, but you just want to get away from the situation. All right, because we don't know. The whole fear, the unknown, we should be fearful because we don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to cause anxiety. It's going to make you run away. It's going to make you forget all your training. When you're in a stressful situation. But a leader, I mean, I know I'm not saying anybody's a coward or anything, but a leader, all right, because we don't know. A leader, through all the chaos, through all the drama, left, right, all kinds of stuff happening in front of them. A leader knows that eventually all this chaos, all this drama, everything's going to end. Everything's going to end. If we're in a battle, we're getting overwhelmed. Either we're going to somehow overcome them with strategy and techniques and overtake our enemy, or we're going to succumb to the situation and die, get killed, or whatever the case is. But regardless whether we win or whether we lose, a leader knows that it's going to be an end. And what makes that important is that if you're in a situation of chaos, if you're in a situation of pressure, if you're in an unknown situation, you got to keep reminding yourself and telling yourself that eventually this is going to end, and you have to persevere until the end part. It's not going to happen forever. All right, we're not going to be in this coronavirus situation forever. It might last for a couple more months. Worst case scenario happens till September, but then by then they'll have contingency plans. But it's not going to be prolonged for next 10 years, 5 years. It's only going to be a couple more months. So as leaders, in this kind of crisis situation, we need to keep that mentality. We need to stay solid. We need to be grounded, because this is going to pass. All right? This is going to pass. And you got to keep telling yourself, this is going to pass. So if we know that there's going to be an end date, we can manage everything that happens in between when it started, what's going on in the middle. Because if we thought it was going to be forever, we don't have no point to sit down and anchor and say, okay, this is where I started, this is where I'm continuing, and this is how far I've gone. But if there's an end point, and you know there's going to be an end point, regardless of whatever decisions you do, whether it's proactive or detrimental, whatever the case is, when it ends, you're going to have to be accountable for that. Either answer for them or getting praised for it. So a leader knows that no matter what kind of chaos is going on, there's an end. So they have to keep the discipline inside of themselves to make sure they persevere until that part. Whatever decisions you do, whether it's proactive or... Because you're not alone in this. I'm not alone in this. I'm reaching out to you virtually because I want you to let you know that you are not by yourself with this. And as a matter of fact, it's not just in the United States, it's all over the world. Just understand that. Never in the history of the world, I believe, did the whole world population feel the same kind of sentimental emotion of uncertainty.
in this.
Even during the wars,
Not alone in this.
not every country was at war during World War I and World War
To
II.
let you know that you are
I mean, Americans, besides Pearl Harbor and the Second World War, the war never came to our shores.
just understand
I
that.
mean, imagine this. Somebody coughed in the middle of China 2 months ago,
Emotion.
and because of that cough, look where we're at today.
Not every country was at war.
Wisconsin has almost 500 cases of coronavirus.
I mean, Americans.
The United States already passed 70,000 cases.
The war never came to our shores.
Italy is tanking.
I mean, imagine this.
Iran is tanking.
Somebody coughed in the middle of China 2 months ago. Emotion.
So we got choices to make right now.
Look where we're at today. Not every country was at war. Wisconsin has almost
Because
500 cases of corona.
if we're supposed to be man to man, or man to woman, or woman to woman,
I mean, Americans. The United States already.
and when we don't consider ourselves children anymore,
Italy is
the thing that we need to consider is that are we going to be civil or are we going to be savage in this situation?
So we got choices.
Because there's people out there that are expecting our population just to go savage. Wild out. Go out the house, congregate in groups.
Man to man.
Don't care if the police come and mess with you or whatever.
The United States already. And when we don't consider
Or
ourselves children.
I'm confident that we're going to have a whole bunch of civil types
Are we going to be civil?
who are concerned with what's going on, who wants to help the community out, who wants to do what they can to get some kind of normancy or some kind of routine into their lives right now in a positive way. Not well, like, hey, I'm bored, let me see what so-and-so's doing, let's go jack somebody up. All right? We can't have that right now because everyone's suffering. This is the time where community needs to pop up and be strong.
Civil types. Are we going to be civil? Who are concerned with what's going on? Who wants to help the community out? Who wants
In the near future, when we start doing these again, it shouldn't be where I'm lecturing. We're still trying to get the bugs out of it, but I'm really wanting to know what our youth are really thinking right now about this situation.
go jack somebody up?
I mean, I've heard in the news and on videos, I know what all these other adults are stressing out about, but I haven't heard from the youth. And it's frustrating to me, being a youth worker, being in this field for almost 15 years, is that I discovered that our youth yearn for somebody to listen to them, older adults, to have a voice. So I'm going to work on a way that when we get together on these talks, that there's an interactive piece where I can really get the concerns of like what's going on your side. I already know what's going on with these adults, but I want to hear from the youth. I really want to hear from the youth. I mean, what are my feelings about it?
Is that I discovered that
I'm not, like I said, I'm going to tell you a whole bunch of things, but I'll never lie to you. I'm stressed. I don't know if I'm going to have this employment in a couple of weeks because we mainly run on donations and there's a lot of people that are not working right now, or we can't even congregate in the mosques and stuff to do fundraising. I mean, I got that concern. But I trust in my superiors that they're looking out for my best interest. They don't want to let my roof just slide on the wayside. They're trying to do their best. So I got to put my trust in them. I'm stressed about the whole thing about Milwaukee County. Now we're getting bigger numbers and stuff. Those people need to be responsible. Those people need to self-quarantine. We don't have to be like the rest of the nation. You know, all over Wisconsin, there's like maybe one here, one there. I think Fond du Lac County has like more than 10. But what I'm saying, the rest of Wisconsin is good, and we could keep it good. But I'm just afraid that not everybody's taking this situation as serious as it should be. Basic hygiene, clean your hands, keep a distance. You know, if you're sick, just keep it to yourself. Stay home. You know, don't go out with your homies and party up and share beers and stuff like that off the same cup. You just don't want to get involved in this situation.
But I'm just afraid that not everybody's taking this
situation. I'm just wondering how we're going to come out of it eventually when everything opens back up. I don't know if anybody's been watching the news, but even though China was the first country to really deal with this situation, and they technically had it somewhat under control already for about a month. They haven't been reopening factories over there yet. They're still waiting for that second phase to happen right there. They still kind of locked down over there, you know, or at the very least opening them subsections of their country, but Wuhan itself is still locked down. So if they've been dealing with it already for 2 months and got it somewhat under control, we're just starting off right now here in the States, and we don't even have it under control. I don't understand why the government doesn't use its wartime powers to force a factory to make ventilators, force a factory to make masks. He has that power. The government has power. At the very least, I think I would be more assured if I knew of a factory in Michigan or a factory in Milwaukee was pumping out N95 gas masks or masks, or another company was pushing out ventilators and stuff. If we had some kind of leadership right now, I'd be a little bit more confident. And through these times of uncertainty, I know I seem strong to a lot of individuals that I come across, but even somebody like myself needs guidance. I'm a mentor to youth, but I also utilize my mentors. And as a matter of fact, you know, I'm not going to name him right now and stuff like that, but you know, I've been utilizing my mentors more and more now because I need to keep myself stable and not distracted off little things so I can be there for the ones that really need me. So that's why I'm telling you that even us adults, we're dealing with it, but we have to deal with it in a different way because we got people that are depending on it. And I'm probably talking to some people right now that have other people that are depending on them also. And they probably going to need a little bit more information, a little bit more reassurance because they don't want to seem unstable to the ones that are looking up to them. So that's why I'm telling you that I could easily crawl up in the fetal position and just complain and be scared about the situation going on, or I could do what I did. I reached out to people that are strong, people that I consider my mentor, had discussions with them, you know, let my mind out and my emotions out about how I'm really feeling about the situation, and it helped me, and it helped me keep my strength up and be mentally and spiritually available for my people, for you guys. I could do what I did. I wrote down that fear of the unknown can be managed by the known. And what I mean by that is that I know there's agencies out there that are trying to help. I know that I'm in the same boat with billions of people right now. And I know that eventually this is going to end. So these 3 things are keeping me on a solid foundation so I can make informed decisions. It's not an easy process, but with practice, since we got a lot of practice right now, we got no other choice to do right now. Let's practice on our fortitude. Let's practice on our inner strength. I mean, we have family and friends. Let's try to stay connected. Let's just use technology. Let's reach out. Let not everybody think that they're by themselves. All right? Yeah, we can't go to the mall. We can't go to the movies and stuff like that. We're just going to have to get creative. All right? You know, I mean, I'm not trying to say people should follow what I do, but besides the video games, I have books. I have plenty of books. I have puzzles. I have tons of puzzles, board games. I learned that I used to live in Miami before I moved back to Milwaukee after my days in the Marines. And I went through a hurricane. Hurricane Wilma, and it barely just scraped by us. And, well, we didn't have power or any type of services, water, anything for a whole month. So if we can just imagine the distance from Boyden, Wisconsin, all the way to Chicago, no power, no services, no gas station, no electricity, no nothing, for almost a month. We didn't have power. And there were people that were like, damn, people are going to loot, they're going to riot, they're going to do X, Y, Z. So if we can just imagine. We walked out the house, saw trees down, cars smashed up, some houses messed up, counting your blessings that it didn't happen to yours, even though the one down the street got messed up. And what I saw was everybody coming out, X, Y, Z. Everybody being empathetic of everybody else's situation. And they came to, they cleaned up the neighborhood, and they're there for each other. So-and-so had a generator. Here, you can come over here. You guys can charge your phones over here. So-and-so had extra food. So-and-so had a board game that we can do. Community does come out during times of crisis. So right now, we're kind of taking that as a joke, but if we looked at it more seriously, I bet you our community would come out. Just think about it. All right? Forget the conspiracy theories, forget all that stuff. I'm just looking at the news. We have 70,000 plus cases in the United States. In Milwaukee County alone, we have 366. That could easily, that group of people, if they're not quarantined, if they're not kept in isolation, could easily infect Milwaukee's 600,000 plus residents in the city. 70,000 plus cases in the United States. In Milwaukee County alone, we have 366. Like I said, I was talking about opportunities. All right, and we're gonna have an opportunity to like discuss this over and over again and come up with some ideas. But like Brother Nathir said yesterday on the first broadcast, he said this is an opportunity to strengthen or to learn or to get into something that wasn't available before. So I should have, I could have. Right now you got the opportunity. One thing that I found helpful and therapeutic, if you're stressed about this whole situation and you don't have nobody to talk to, grab a journal and just journal. All right, just journal. It's not a diary, it's just a journal. All right, it's you having your emotions and you verbally and physically put it on paper. And that exercise of taking your words from inside your head and putting it on paper is a very powerful thing. It's very therapeutic. And you can have conversations with yourself. The hardest thing you're ever going to learn in life is to know yourself. And it takes some people their whole lives just to get to know themselves. Journaling helps. Journaling very helps. It might be goofy at times. You just write, I don't know what to write, you know. But be honest with yourself. That's one thing that people have a lot of issues with. They can be honest to everybody and their mama, but they can't be honest to themselves. They can't say, Jesse, you have an issue with this. They say, Jesse, subconsciously, because of your past, you're dealing with X or Y or whatever the case is. Help yourself. Be honest with yourself. Because you can't lie to yourself. At the end of the day, you can't lie to yourself. Journaling is one option that you can do. Just write what's on your mind. Write your emotions. It's not meant for it to be shared. It's just for you. If you want to share it, that's your own prerogative, but journaling does help. Just a suggestion. Like Brother Nathir had brought up yesterday, self-educate, pick up a book. All right, you're not going to learn more than any class you take. You assign books, and I know MPS today, and I'm going to tell you, reading a book is probably going to educate you more than what you ever learned in them classrooms. Self-educate, pick up a book. All right. Start off with something that you like. Back in the days, I hated reading. But then I got into this Tom Clancy novel called The Humphrey Red October, and I just liked it, and I just bought the next Tom Clancy novel, and then next thing you know, I read like a dozen of them, and like, okay, then I got into stuff that I liked reading. And because of that, I just kept adding more and more to my library. So, read. All right? There's tons. If you don't have no books at your house, you can go online and you can. The library has an online library. It's free. You can just register on there. You can download the books or whatever the case is. Hit me up at my RUF. All right, 414-455-8329. I can virtually show you the books that we have here, and I'll deliver it to your house. But let's not use this as an excuse. Pick up a book. Read. Right now, you're not learning anything. Even though the teacher gave you a packet or you're doing online stuff, nothing takes away from the interaction between a teacher and a student. All right. And this ain't doing it. Unless you're virtually with your teacher communicating with her, this ain't doing it. You're doing yourself a disservice by just letting yourself waste. Pick up a book, any book. Start reading. And when you're done with that, pick up another book.
All right? And this ain't doing it.
Like I was stating before, all this eventually is gonna end. All right, they're scared. People are eventually gonna go back. They might have a job. They might have to look for a new job. But eventually, all this is gonna end. So what are you gonna do when this ends eventually? If you're an MPS student, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, MPS is done for the year. I don't know how they're gonna reprocess it. I don't know if they're gonna open later, and maybe in the summer. But MPS is done. So we get out of here in a month. It's already mid-May or whatever the case is, end of April.
If you're an MPS student,
what are you gonna do for the extended summer break until they figure something out? A lot of people that got laid off. Don't get me wrong, but with this stimulus package, maybe with our perseverance, maybe a lot of stuff is gonna be reopening back up. All right, are you job ready? What I mean is that, do you know how to sit down and take an interview? Do you even know how to fill out the application? Do you even have something decent to where when you go and you get an interview opportunity? And if you don't, reach out to me. We could either do a text, chat, or whatever the case is, and let's talk about how we can get you job ready. Practice right now, so as soon as they open them doors, you can go to whatever the situation and you got your resume ready. You got time right now, get everything ready so when they open the doors, we running out. But we running out with a purpose and a mission.
How we can get you job ready. Practice right now, so as soon as they open them doors, you can go to whatever.
So once again, I apologize that we started so late.
Get everything ready.
Like I said, we're still working out the bugs, but at least we're trying. We're trying out there. And eventually, like I keep saying, eventually we're gonna get the bugs out. We're gonna have an interactiveness. And even though I'm here at the Maru Center and you're either at your house or locked down somewhere, it doesn't mean that we still can't build a relationship. It doesn't mean that I, as a mentor, can't be there for my mentee. We're just gonna have to find a creative way and some kind of way to get a hold of each other and get that one-on-one connectness. So we're gonna have to be like Marines. We're gonna have to adapt, overcome, and we're just gonna have to come out of there stronger. For those youth
And some kind of way to get a hold of each other and get
that don't know how to take an L.
Be like Marines. We're gonna have to.
I've seen it in the schools. You get into a fight. Instead of taking that L, that loss, you're like, oh, where's my round two?
For those youth,
all right, we sit down for a mediation, and we verbally agree and sign agree that we're good. But then, once we get out the hallways, we let other people influence us. Oh, you're gonna let that? That's a loss. Peer pressure.
all right,
You get back into it. All right. In this situation right now,
agree that we're good.
everybody's taking an L. Everybody, you, me, RUF, everybody's in the L situation. And it's not a bad situation, meaning that we got to be embarrassed. All right, we all out by this. All of us got to readjust their lives. I mean, think about it. Every one of us in this city, whether you're Mexican, black, old, young, whatever it is, all of us had to adjust. It is not only Milwaukee; it's all over the world. Literally all over the world.
All right, we all got knocked. All of us got to readjust their lives. I mean, think about it. Every one of us in this city,
So
Mexican, black, old, young, whatever it is,
we have to come together as a community and overcome, adapt and overcome to this situation. Take this F, pick ourselves back up, and come out stronger from this. Because there's mistakes being made every day since the situation happened. And I'm not only talking about the government, I'm talking about you at home, me. We should have planned way better. Or we should have thought about this situation way better. All of us has a blame to some extent, whether big or small. So now the question is, if we're going to adapt and overcome, what are you going to do? So I thank you for tuning in. I apologize that, it was late. Like I said, we're trying our hardest over here. But let's work together to see how we can solidify our communication. Let's work together to see how we can build our bonds to be even stronger. And let's work so that we can have those lines of communication crystal clear so that we can be there for each other. I thank you. Tomorrow we'll commence with our academic hour at 12 o'clock. We're gonna go over math with an instructor. And then tomorrow night from 3 to 4, we're gonna have mentoring through chess from 3 to 4. So I hope you guys have your patience with us, and we'll see everybody soon. Peace. And then tomorrow night from 3 to 4.